Welcome to Jackie's Bridge Corner, Saturday, November 16th, 2013. Class 24, the Overcall. Yesterday in Class 23, we introduced you to defensive bidding as a whole, and it's a subject into and of itself. It affects the way that the opener and the responder bid, and the choice that you make in defending has to have specific strategic reasons for competing, which we covered yesterday. And so today we're going to cover the overcall. So here we go. What is your objective when you an overcall? Do you want partner to lead your suit? That may be the only reason why you're doing an overcall in the first place. You want to suggest an opening lead. The opponents were going to win the contract anyway. You may want to preempt, cause difficulty for the opponents to find or reach their optimum contract. They may end up in the wrong contract, or bid a slam when they don't have it, or don't bid a game, or bid a game when it's not there. Give them difficulty in finding their bid. In some cases, you may want to effectively compete and even get the game yourself. Occasionally, but very occasionally, slam. Let's look at preemptive power, though. If you overcall one spade over a club, or two clubs over a diamond, you are interfering with the opponent's bidding. You're taking away valuable bidding space the opponents could use in searching for their appropriate game contract. On the other hand, if you overcall a diamond over a club, overcall two clubs over a spade, you really have little impact on the opponent's bidding. You haven't stolen any bidding space from them, and you've given them an opportunity to double you. So, what is your objective when you make your call? A good four-card suit can be bid at the one level. This is something that's fairly new in the bridge circles in the last 20 years. If you haven't been playing bridge for 20, 30 years, you probably would shudder at thinking at it. But you see in recent bridge tournaments, bidding a four-card suit at the one level comes out fairly frequently. You want to avoid selling out with defensive strength, even with a weak suit. It's possible you have game, and your partner may have something, especially if you're immediately over the opener. With both majors, even if you're 4-3, 4 in one major and 3 in the other, you might want to prefer a takeout double if you have about an opening hand in strength. One of the things we need to discuss as we go through defensive bidding is what is the most appropriate way to compete. And we talked about suit, structure, and overall distribution as to the choice. Today we're talking overcall, but we have other options which we've covered. Double, unusual no trump, and various Q bids. What is the criteria in deciding if you're going to make an overcall? Suit quality is probably number one. You have to have a decent suit. That means honor cards and or intermediary cards. Bidding a suit that's 9 high is potentially dangerous. You could be doubled and set badly. Vulnerability plays a very valuable and very important role in your decision-making process. As we saw from early on in the game of bridge, because of the bonus points you can get for bidding game or bidding slam, vulnerability comes much into the spotlight. If you're vulnerable and the opponents are not, unfavorable vulnerability, you need to be much more careful when you're throwing in an overcall or double, because the points may not be with you. On the other hand, if you are at favorable vulnerability, you're not vulnerable, the opponents are, you may want to really push it and be very aggressive in the bidding. Hand pattern is critical in deciding what type of interference you're going to bid. As we said yesterday, hand pattern is the first question that comes up as to which way in which you wish to compete. And lastly, defensive strength versus playing strength. You know from early on, that if you have a long and strong suit, you may make many tricks if that suit is trump. But if trump is your void suit, you may get absolutely nothing. So you need to look at your defensive strength when deciding to compete in the bidding, as well as your offensive strength. What are the requirements for a one-level overcall? They're fairly low, especially at the one level. They seem to come lower each year. You can make an overcall with even less than 8 card points if you have a good suit and the suit is spades at the one level. Yes, that's happening now. I have 8 as a minimum on my convention card, and that's pretty much standard more or less, but you may cheat with 7 in a good suit, favorable vulnerability. Consider other action based on strength and hand pattern, as we said. Today we're looking at overcalls. With a 2-suited hand, consider other bids. In future classes, we're going to cover different 2-suited bids, and I will tell you up front that I have a little different take than the standard bridge players, at least in my area. I tend to agree more with the European style of 2-suited bidding. We'll get into that, but I will present both scenarios for you to decide for yourself. But in future classes, I'm going to cover Michael's unusual no trump, top and bottom cue bid, jump in opposite minor, colorful no trump, and other possible bids for 2-suited hands. With 17 or more high card points, you probably don't want to overcall. You want to make some other bid. Double is the first thing that comes to mind. What about an overcall at the 2 level? At the 2 level, an overcall shows almost an opening hand. The reason is pretty obvious. A double could be ugly. You usually show a 6-card suit, and my rule is if you are vulnerable and you bidding at the 2 level, you should have 3 of the top 5 honors. Understand, I'm talking here about an overcall, not a jump overcall. A jump overcall, where you skip a level of bidding, is always preemptive. At least it is for most players will play it as preemptive. Some others will play it as intermediate, but always ask if you're running into opponents you haven't seen. Pay attention to playing tricks and the solidarity of your suit when considering an overcall at the 2 level. Like we said, Ace Queen 4-3-2 is a lot different than Ace Queen 10-9-8. Going down 2 in a doubled contract if the opponents have no game is a guaranteed disaster. That's why you have to have a little level of control when you decide to overcall at the 2 level. I'm going to go through some examples. Some of these examples come from Mike Lawrence's The Complete Book on Overcalls, and some of you may not make these bids, but understand that there are many people who will. So here we go. How about this hand? Your right-hand opponent is going to be the bidder here. We're talking about immediate overcall. It's not a lot different after 2 passes, but a little. We'll talk about balancing later on in future classes, but assume that you're in an immediate seat. Bid a spade. You got a 5-card suit. You're fine. How about this hand? Now here you have a 6-card heart suit. You only have 9 high card points. Over a club, bid a spade. How about this hand? 11 high card points, good 5-card spade suit. Over a club or a diamond or a heart, bid a spade. How about this hand? 5-card spade suit, good intermediaries. Over a club, bid a spade. Some more examples. Now here your spade suit is pretty weak, but you have compensation in the sense that you have 3 quick tricks. Over a club, go ahead and bid a spade. Who knows, you might even have game. Partner has the right hand. You don't want to just pass. How about this hand? Spades are getting weaker by the minute, but again you got 3 quick tricks. Over a club, bit of spade. How about this hand? Well, now it's getting really worse. 8 high spade suit and you don't have an ace, aceless hand. Over club, diamond, or a heart, pass. This is getting too weak. No reason to bid with this collection of garbage. How about this hand? 13 high card points, 3.5 quick tricks. Over a club, bid of heart. But over a heart, pass. There's an example of where the distribution of your hand tells you to pass. You don't bid just because you have, quote, an opening hand, unquote. Some more examples. How about this hand? Pretty good looking hand. Over a diamond, bit of spade. How about this hand? 3 quick tricks. Over a diamond, bit of heart. It's a 4-card suit, but you've got ace, queen, 10. It's alright at the 1 level. And 11. Okay, you got 2 jacks. We got a 4-card, good looking 4-card spade suit. Over a diamond, bit of spades. But understand that you're probably only going to help partner make an opening lead or help on the defense. Unlikely you're going anywhere. How about this hand? Again, you have 3 quick tricks. Over a diamond, bit of spade. It's risky, 5-card suit, but you have some compensation in the way of quick tricks. How about this hand? That's pretty weak there. Over a heart, pass. Your spades are not strong enough. It's not the fact your spades are too weak and your hand as a whole is too weak. It's not worth getting into the mix. How about this hand? Good looking 4-card spade suit. Over a heart, bit of spade. At imps, you might decide to pass. Actually, I would bid a spade even at imps, but I think this is Mike Lawrence's example. He would pass at imps, total points game. How about this hand? Over a heart, bit of spade, but understand that your spades aren't that great, but you do have some compensation. A singleton ace of diamonds is a little scary. It's not full value, remember. How about this hand? This hand is something of a challenge. You have a 4-card spade suit, you have a good hand. But over 1 heart, don't bid a spade. You're better off to double, because you can support any suit that partner bids other than hearts, and even hearts, I mean, could, but the opponent's a bit hard. So a double is better bid with this hand, which leads us to what we're going to cover tomorrow, the double. Tomorrow, we're going to go from the overcall to the takeout double. See you tomorrow.